I'm very happy to participate in this upskilling studio. I first want to express my thanks also to the recent work of EIT Digital. Under the civil society initiative called Data Against COVID-19, EIT Digital was quick to mobilize in the fight against the pandemic. In early May, you organized a hackathon that crowned a team of EIT Digital Master School who designed 3D printed remote monitoring devices for coronavirus patients. EIT Digital also supported a game which addresses the serious issue to teaching the importance of social distancing to fight the pandemic. That's science and innovation with a purpose, helping society. And I think this is what we are aiming at, to show that the technological progress in a way is at the surface of people and can really transform in a very positive way, not only our working places, but also society as a whole. As you know very well, these are in fact transformative times for learning. Learners and teachers, trainers, as well as training and school infrastructures have been put to test with the pandemic. We expected a shift to increase digitalization as part of the digital and green transitions, but we didn't expect it to be that fast. Therefore, I welcome initiatives such as the European Training Foundation's Learning Connect campaign to accompany all teachers and training providers in the shift to distance learning. Many companies are also making efforts to digitalize their trainings. For example, the European car industry was quick to react and made available online training for over 1 million workers of the industry. The needs for certain skills are huge. Already before the crisis, 9 out of 10 jobs required at least basic digital skills. Yet less than 6 Europeans out of 10 have these basic digital skills. The pace of technological evolution will keep accelerating with other innovations to exploit, such as 5G, just around the corner. Effective upskilling requires to have a sectoral and comprehensive approach. First, to bring together the training, the business, and the educational worlds, what you are doing. To identify and focus on the skills needed tomorrow, and to empower workers with concrete tools and guidance to follow their learning pathways. This is what we will present in our skills agenda. The topic of skills is coming up in all my exchanges with the industry. In fact, as a company, you cannot be competitive and develop successfully if your workforce does not have the right skills. And we all know that many companies hesitate to invest, mainly because they have difficulties to find the right skilled people. We should identify several issues in this context. First, the skills taught do not always correspond to the needs expressed by the companies. And therefore, it's very important to have the right alignment between the needs and the offer of skills. Second, SMEs often face more difficulties to organize adequate trainings for their workforce, mostly due to a lack of information. What are the skills I need tomorrow? How can I identify these skills? And then obviously also the financing of training and skilling. And finally, workers do not always have the opportunity to find the right training, and this is very important, do not always see the benefits of or upskilling themselves. So motivate people, involve them is very, very important. So to work together on these issues, we will put forward a Pacts for Skills as part of the skills agenda. It will consist in building strong partnerships with companies along the whole value chains, social partners, regional authorities, higher and vocational education and training institutions to support apprentices and graduates in entering the job market with the skills in demand, and to give workers the opportunity to train and to make full use of their newly acquired skills. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. So the Pact for Skills will have a strong sectoral focus. We will encourage all stakeholders of an industry to collaborate and deliver joint commitments. The sectoral approach will also contribute to giving greater access to skilling opportunities to SMEs and their employees. Mr. Voss will certainly agree, we all need, and I quote, knowledge for a better world. And you will invest in your company if you have no idea, you will not invest in your company if you have no idea about the future. Yet, less than 60% of large companies assess their future skills needs. For smaller companies, the figure goes down to less than 30%. We have started work with CEDEFOP using big data to assess skills needs at regional and sectoral level. The skills forecast mechanism of the skills agenda will notably first help companies to understand which skills will become relevant and critical in their sector and region, and provide cross-country insights. Then to provide companies with an overview of the skills requested in job vacancies in their sector, and finally help prepare upskilling and reskilling strategies based on the skills gaps identified. We can build on existing initiatives such as the European Steel Skills Agenda, project led by the University of Dortmund. It pools the likes of ThyssenKrupp and ArcelorMittal with education and training institutions across Europe to anticipate skills demands. Besides digitalization, another evolution is that there is no lifetime job anymore. People will have to change their activities multiple times during their careers and will therefore have to train regularly. Yet, in Europe, only 10% of adults keep learning regularly in the course of their working lives. We are looking into how to empower all people of working age, independently from where they work or if they are unemployed, to manage their own training with the help of individual learning accounts. Let me draw a link with the current crisis. Such learning accounts would also make it easier for workers who have unfortunately been laid off, for example, in hard-hit sectors such as tourism, to do trainings which would allow them to find a job more easily after the crisis, also in a different sector. As today, a lot of employees are on short-time activity. This could also allow to develop more training or upskilling opportunities during this period. Now, a few words on young people. Beyond personal difficulties and sometimes even tragedies that many have to face due to the pandemic, the social and economic consequences of the crisis for the young generation are huge. Worldwide, according to ILO data, 1 in 6 young people had to stop working. The rest worked 23% less. Unemployment is expected to increase dramatically during this year. Youth employment is therefore a key priority. We will strengthen youth employment support by revamping the youth guarantee that has since 2014 helped 3.5 million young people to get into a job, apprenticeship, education, or traineeship. It will notably have a strong focus on digital skills. Vocational education and training has proven to be a successful model and attractive option to provide young women and young men in a targeted way with the skills in demand on the labor market and equip them with the practical skills for a specific job. We will therefore also come forward with a proposal for a council recommendation to modernize vocational education and training to make it more resilient and more adapted to the digital and green transitions. I gave an outline of our strategy on digital skills development, and I'm sure participants will also have a lot to say on this issue. Already now, many companies develop innovative ways to upskill their staff because technological change is going very fast. By the way, technology also offers new ways and new tools to skilling and upskilling. Upskilling is about companies' competitiveness and workers' employability and access to high-quality jobs. But it has also to be about gender equality. Women are underrepresented in the digital economy. And I'm sure Christian Schaaf, with whom I had the opportunity to work also in my former capacity as labor minister, he created in 2007 a Woman Entrepreneur of the Year award. And we agree that we have to do more against gender stereotypes in the choice of a certain education or career path. And this commission is very much committed to gender equality and helping women to find their equal rights in our economy. Now, achieving the twin transitions is part of our main plan for this commission. All data clearly show that we still have a long way to go to have a workforce well equipped with the skills needed to master, on one hand, the green transition, to get a more sustainable economy, to respond to the climate change, and on the other hand, to master the digital transition. By the way, I think both are very much interlinked, and we will only be able to have a rapid green or sustainable transition by using all the capacities, all the technological means offered by the new digital revolution. So both are very much linked, and we have to use both. I count on you for your support to our ambitious skills agenda, and that whatever different background you are from, you will join us in our Pact for Skills. The Commission has proposed a recovery strategy to make Europe's economy, to allow Europe's economy to come out of the present recession, to come out rapidly and stronger from the present crisis. And I think that skilling, upskilling, and reskilling is an essential part of this recovery strategy. We want to prepare the next generation Europe. And the next generation Europe is a Europe taking fully into account the green transition, the fight against climate change, but also the technological revolution in an approach which is human-centered or human-centric. So I think your debates, your exchanges today are very important, also in the context of these important changes we are preparing for Europe now. Thank you.